Now, in our last video, it was basically an introduction to my 2021 Royal Enfield Continental GT 650. In that video, I gave you some tips on buying and that, and I also mentioned that I'd be doing mods because I really believe that this is basically a blank canvas. So now my first two mods are going to be a set of bar end mirrors and a set of levers. I picked both of these items up from AliExpress. I'll put a link below in the description, and I'll tell you why I picked these up. These are basically what I can see. These mirrors are the same as are sold by Hitchcock's in the UK. Now, the one difference with these mirrors, and I'll show you that in a second here, just let me unbox these and show you, is the, so there's one of the mirrors. This is the arm, and then there's some bar ends. Now, for people that have a the Interceptor, you'll need these bar ends because your handlebars don't have bar ends, whereas the GT has the bar ends already. So Interceptor owners will need these. So another reason why you should probably buy from this seller that I'll explain. I've got no affiliation with the seller, but the neat thing that they do include is the seller includes two of these blocking off plugs for when you take your mirrors out. And I'll show you afterwards and show you and explain to you how these go on. Now, also, I picked up a set of levers. I purchased these types of levers before from AliExpress, and they're really nice, shorty levers. They're quite nice. They're nice levers. Good adjustment on them. And I think they'll match the looks of the bike and really make it look decent and feel decent and work well as well. I have these similar levers on another bike I own, and couldn't be happier. There's no comparison. They're just basically the same as Rizomas or any other of the brand name levers. Okay, so as I said, both of these were about $40 each. It was about $40 for the mirrors and about $40 for the levers. I'm going to assemble the mirrors. I won't bore you with those details, but basically they're pretty simple. They go on there, and then the bar ends come off. So let me get to that. I'll put these together, and then I'll show you how to take off the bar ends and the old mirrors, and we'll go from there, and then we'll do the levers afterwards. So there's one mirror together. It's a 5mm Allen. Allen wrench is all you're going to need on this. This guy goes in. Screw on like that. Now, a discovery that I just made with these mirrors, because I hadn't actually tried to install them at all in the past. I didn't, but these bar ends will actually slip over top of the stock bar ends, so you don't have to remove these bar ends. I prepared to take off these bar ends to put these mirrors on, but I'm seeing that you don't actually have to take them off. So I'm just going to get maybe a little spray of WD-40 or something and make it slide over there. Okay, so I got the mirrors together, and now I'm going to take off the old mirrors. Now be aware that on these Enfield mirrors, it's basically, there's a right-hand thread and a left-hand thread on both mirrors, but all you have to do, honestly, is just rotate the mirrors in towards you on either side, and they'll come off. You can, if it's stuck, and you have a 14mm wrench, then you can take them off. But be aware that they rotate towards the rider's seat of the bike. So they come off super easy. Don't have to really try too hard. Again, rotating in towards you. And this guy will come off. I didn't have to use a wrench on either one of these. Just turn turn them towards the inside. Anyways, these are going to the box of Enfield parts. Now, for the plugs, these ones come up, like I say. There's this one's marked with the right-hand thread. I think it's right-handed. It's lefty tighty, righty loosey, I think, on this one. Yeah. Goes right in like that. And on the other side, same thing. Rotate it towards the outside, towards the headlight. Those will be, I'll tighten those up. Make sure if you're going to use anything on these to tighten them up, put a piece of tape in the screw so you don't damage the finish. This white arrow that comes on this one, I think I'll be able to take off with some acetone or some cleaner, but anyways, I'll get to that down the road. So, cleans it up quite nice. Now, as I said before, I've discovered with these mirrors that you don't actually have to take off the bar ends. They'll fit right over top of the bar end and come off. But I've seen a lot of stuff online about the bar ends, so just for the sake of educational purposes, I'll show you guys an easy way to take it off. This is just a scrap of leather. Let's do this side over here. Take a scrap of leather, put it around the vice grips just to hold the bar end, and then all you need to do is with a 5mm Allen, take it and actually take the screw, the bolt, right out. There's no need to leave the bolt in there. Take the bolt out, and then this bar end will pop right off. Now, don't go and start reefing on it with the Allen head without securing the bar end, because you'll chew up the inside of the bar. And so this way, like I say, you could take them off and then put your new bar ends on and put on. Now, on the inside of the bike, you'll notice here, there's, on this bar end, there's an indentation here. And that corresponds with the fitting that's inside the bar end. So when you're putting them back on again, if you put them on, if it doesn't go on correctly, it'll be slanted. So make sure to line these two up, fit it on. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, it's a bit finicky, but it can be done quite easily. There you go, you'll feel it click in and put it on. If you choose to take, if you get these mirrors, like I say, you don't have to take the bar ends off. Again, just as you feel it snugging up a bit, I would again apply the vice grips so that it doesn't move and get stitched up there. If you find that it gets loose a bit when you're riding, you'll notice it. Then just put a dab of blue Loctite, and I'll probably put a dab of blue Loctite as well on these blanking holes, just a titch so that it doesn't go anywhere. Now back to mirror installation. On these, it's dead simple. Some silicone here just to make it slip a little bit. You could use anything probably, whether it be silicone or WD would probably do it as well. Shouldn't be a problem. And then just work it. Again, it's the 5mm Allen. And just work it, and your bar end mirror will be almost there. It's installed on that. That's not turning. Perfect. That guy goes there. There's this film that comes off of the mirrors. Again, the other side. slippage. And that's all there is to it. Tighten it up. Position them as you want. And there should be this film on here. Okay. There you have it. Bar end mirrors. Looks pretty good. Totally improves the look of the bike. Next up, levers. Let's do the brake side first. 10mm wrench and a slot screwdriver. Pretty simple. Comes off. Screw. This should just, once the bottom bolt is out, you can wind it out, and the bolt will come directly out. There we go. Bolt out. Right there. Sit down here, or I'm going to lose it for sure. Okay. Just left it back like this. There's the Enfield lever. Be aware of the, over on this side, the brake switch. That's the brake switch there. Don't drop it, don't lose it. Here's the replacement lever. So, put it in slowly so that, or sorry, that's not the brake switch, that's the plunger actually for the brakes. The switch is down here. You know, be careful when you do this. The plunger has a tendency to want to pop out. This is the plunger for the brake. It just fits in over here. Plunger, if you have a look down here, there's a hole up in there, and the plunger has to fit right back in there again, so just fit that in there, and you'll feel it. There it goes. Kind of a bit of finagle on here, but, and the plunger has a recess in the brake lever right there, so just put that guy in there. It's a bit finicky, but there. That's got that there. The bolt drops in. Handy dandy screwdriver. Wind her down. It should go down. There. That. Nylon lock washer, sorry, nylon lock nut on. Eight millimeter. mistaken. That's a 10 millimeter one. 8 millimeters over for the other side. You don't want to over tighten this, but it's got to be snug enough. There we go. Adjustable levers. Make sure the boot is seated down, which this one is. It's right in the recess that it's supposed to be. Okay, let's do the clutch side. Okay, now for the clutch side, what you really have to do is back off the clutch cable to give you a bit of slack to work. So take note of your adjustment and how your clutch has been adjusted from the factory. Back the bolt off, then rotate the adjustment all the way down so that you end up with a lot of slack on your cable. What you want to do, so we'll have to see here in a second, you want to line up this groove and this groove and this groove. All three, or actually all four grooves, in line so that the cable can slip out. Now, I'm just going to come around to this side so that I can give it some pull. Okay, to get some additional slack in the clutch cable, just adjust the, back off your adjustment down here on the cable. Again, 12 millimeter. Get you some more slack there. Snug it up again afterwards, adjust the cable up. Now that should be, yes, that's enough space to get the cable out like so. Now, back to the 10 millimeter. Again, nylon lock nut, bolt, no washers anywhere. Line that out, and there we have it, the clutch bolt. Now the clutch lever just comes out like so. Comes off of the clutch cable. There's the old lever. Here's the new one in a comparison. Another part for the Enfield parts box. Putting this guy back on. Again, the cable through slot here, up. The clutch cable has to go in like so. Bear with me, guys. I'm not a mechanic. I'm just kind of doing everything, learning as I go along. Again, the bolt goes in. lock washer on the bottom. My pocket full of tools. Again, 8mm. I'll put the cable back in. Cable in. Good. Okay. Back again to this side. Again with the 12 mil. And we'll start adjusting this up a titch. Basically, I'm just going to go where it was before from memory, and any fine adjustments I can do at the bar. That's probably where it was. If I have to adjust it, I will. Again. 2, so that's sort of snug right there. We'll go up over here, do our adjustments here. It's a fairly light clutch, so it's a little bit of play, no more. There we go. Okay. That's that. So there you have it. First 2 mods on the Royal Enfield. Looks pretty good, and honestly, for adjust it up a bit more. That's that. Once again, thanks for watching Lost Together Forever. Give us a big thumbs up if you could, and if you like, subscribe to us. If you want to see more content, please comment. If you've got any questions, please comment and let us know what you think of the video. And if there's anything else that you think that we could add for content for you. Hope you enjoyed the video again. And thanks again. Lost Together Forever. Motorcycle Diaries.